the 49ers signed Isaiah Oliver, 5-year vet from Atlanta, second-round pick, bigger guy, tore his ACL in 2021. What do you think of this move?
I actually like this move, and a lot of it does come down to me liking him coming out of college. I think you're always geared towards people that you like coming out of college. I had him as a first-round grade, third overall corner in that class. And Isaiah Oliver, he's had an up and down career, nothing crazy, but he's been playing well in the nickel corner spot. And that's what the 49ers, it looks like, are trying to replace with this move here. Maybe have him and Womack battle it out for nickel corner. Sounds like they're pretty comfortable with Diamador Lenore playing outside corner. And I can understand why. He played very well down the stretch, especially when he got to the playoffs. So for me, they needed to add some depth at corner, and they needed to add it not necessarily through the draft only. They needed to add a veteran to this team, and Isaiah Oliver definitely fits that bill for sure, and he might end up being a starter on this team.
That's interesting. I was thinking of him more playing on the outside. I mean, he's a little bit bigger than Lenore. He's bigger than Mosley. And I look at this is like Steve Wilks' imprint on the defense. We don't really know what he thinks of the Niners personnel or what he wants to change. He's been a coach for a very long time. He's been with Carolina a long time. He's a big zone coverage guy. He's the guy who sort of discovered and created Josh Norman. He's the guy who drafted James Bradbury. So he's had like a preference for bigger corners because if you're going to play zone, think about it. If you're going to play zone and tell a guy you got a deep third or a deep quarter, just don't get beat deep. Keep your eyes on the corner, on the quarterback. You could give that assignment to Diamador Lenore, but when he gets beat deep and at the catch point because he's 5'9". You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no,
that's when he gets beat. So to me, I'd like to move Lenore back to nickel, but I'm sure Wilks will figure it out. One way or another, I think Oliver's a key contributor this year.
Yeah, and I think I could definitely see that Isaiah Oliver athletically profiles that way. He's also very athletic, extremely athletic. I mean, his combine, he jumped super high. He was a track guy at Colorado. Like, he's good. Yeah. I mean,
remember that interception he had on Jimmy G this year on the sideline?
Yeah. That was in the first half, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was nice.
Something like that.
Oh, was that when Jimmy G threw the Hail Mary to the 30-yard line?
Yeah.
That was a great moment in Jimmy G history.
That was the one. So, I think Isaiah Oliver definitely is going to compete for a starting job for sure. And you're right. I mean, Wilks is a secondary guy. So, for me, it's like now the 49ers really could look to add some safety help for sure and definitely get some depth back there. But I think this certainly helps as far as depth at the cornerback spot. And like I said, I mean, whether it's outside, inside, whatever Wilks prefers, Isaiah Oliver's probably going to start on this team.
And maybe he's got that versatility. What I think is interesting is that Wilks and the Niners essentially chose Oliver over Mosley. 1-year deal. Both guys have torn ACLs, although Mosley did it more recently.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I mean, usually the Niners stick with their guy. They know Mosley. They don't really know Isaiah Oliver that well. But again, this is a new coordinator. D'Amico had been here every step of the way. He knew Mosley. Wilks is an outsider, and maybe this is a sneaky good move. I kind of like it. I think it's a good move. And plus, I defer to Steve Wilks' judgment. He seems like one of the best DB coaches in the world. So I think he knows what he's looking for.
I was definitely down on losing Womack. I mean, not Womack. E-Man.
Ward? E-Man.
No, E-Man.
Yeah.
No, not. Well, I mean, yes, Ward for sure, but I expected he would be gone. E-Man, I thought would likely be gone, but that was because he had priced himself out. $6 million. I mean, it's possible that he didn't want to stay in San Francisco. That's fine, but I'm sure an extra $1 million would have made him stay. You just said, all right, you're getting 6. We'll offer you 7.5. I think the possibility is he would have stayed, and I would have liked to have had E-Man, but I think Isaiah Oliver is a nice, low-key, sneaky replacement for sure. And I think if you were to ask Falcons fans, they would say that they would prefer to keep Oliver. So that will tell you all you need to know. If fans are telling you, hey, we really like this guy, just like we would tell Lions, I mean, at least I would tell Lions fans, you got a really good guy over there in E-Man. It's somebody I wish we were able to keep. I think we would hear similar things about Isaiah Oliver from Falcons fans.
And I know Lenore finished the season on a high note, but he also had some rough games. Nothing to be ashamed of, but some of the best wide receivers in the league are going to make him look silly. He's 5'10". He's got short arms. He runs a 4.45. He's a good athlete, but
Mhm.
he's small. He's just small. And you got Isaiah Oliver, who's 6 feet with 33.25 arms. He's just a lot bigger. And so I think, when the Niners drafted Lenore, it was D'Amico's first year. D'Amico was much more aggressive with press man coverage. You know what I mean? I don't think Wilkes is going to be like that at all. I think he's going to be heavy zone, in which case a guy like Lenore might be, who knows? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Wilkes figured out. But yeah, I think that's why he went with Oliver over Mosley, because Mosley's really good, I think, at press man. I mean, he's got no fear. He gets right up in your grill. He could test the pass, but he's not a super playmaker in zone.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know if you know this, but Oliver and Witherspoon were corner running mates at Colorado together.
They were.
Yeah.
Of course I know this. No, I do actually remember. And I thought that Oliver was much better.
I agree. Yes.
Yes.
Definitely thought Oliver was much better than Witherspoon.
Much better. Shout out to Witherspoon, though. Dave Barclay says, love you guys. Papa Cohn is only one as good or better.
Agreed,
Lots to talk about today. Seems like maybe we're going all in and hoping we have the quarterback spot figured out. Still love Trey. Just hope he plays. It occurs to me that, Trent Williams, he could say whatever he wanted to say, but he did flirt with retirement this year, and he's getting older, and the Niners might have to approach this as his, I'm not saying they have to expect it's his final year, but approach it like it might be his last, and maybe that explains why they made such an aggressive move for Javon Hargrave. Let's stop messing around.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, go on.
Like, sorry, Javon Kinlaw, but we can't wait. Sorry, so-and-so, but we can't wait. Like, we got to go, Trent's 35 now.
Yeah, I agree. And maybe it's a far-fetched thinking, but maybe just somehow they can go get Orlando Brown Jr. and make him play right tackle for a year, pay him like a left tackle, and say, hey, we only got one more year at Trent. We'll move you over to left tackle next year. It's a possibility. Not likely.
Possibility.
Maybe.
I mean, Khalil, I'm Italian. What you trying to say? Why you gotta make it ethnic? So, did you ever notice back in the 90s there were a lot of like shows about like Italians and stuff? Like, it was the thing, and now it's like there's no like Italian show. You know what I mean?
No,
it's a whole different thing back in kids.
Did you?
There were these things called Italians.
Did you ever see Eddie Murphy Raw or Delirious? Did you ever watch those? Oh, of course, dude. His Italians going to see Rocky movies.
Oh, so good, so good, so good.